This is Bombargo on Kelowna Now.
Take one.
Hey guys, it's Vanna for Kelowna Now, and today I am joined by 1/8, we determined, of Bombargo.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
You guys have come from Saskatchewan?
Yes,
Yep.
We are currently on the Spring Fling tour, so we played Edmonton, Calgary, Nelson, and now Kelowna tomorrow.
Wow.
We hit the timing right.
Yeah.
With the weather. It is
Yes.
literally the Spring Fling. So
It is
I don't know, it
balmy.
could have been minus 50 and our name would have been out. Locked right out. Yeah.
Totally.
So you guys chatted with Kelowna Now last time about a pretty cool life event that happened. Taylor Swift showed you guys some love.
Yeah, it was so wild. We were like sitting eating noodle bowls in Saskatoon. We had just got out of the studio, and then we got a text message, and it was like, hey, did you guys see that your song was on Taylor Swift's Spotify playlist? And I looked at it, and I started laughing, and I was like, hey, someone's pulling our leg, and we all laughed about it and kept eating. And then we got a couple more text messages, and I was like, oh, no, this is actually maybe something. And then and I was like, it's probably a glitch or something. We started looking into it, and then it was like Kendrick Lamar, Camilla, Ed Sheeran, Bombargo. And we were like, what? And so she had made this playlist, Songs Taylor Loves, and we still don't even really know how.
I don't know how we got on there, but I assume it's because she loved the song.
We assume that she loved the song. So Taylor, if you're listening, we love you.
It's still on the playlist today, actually.
Still is.
Yeah, it's just still kicking around there on Taylor's Songs Taylor Loves. So that's awesome.
So it was so crazy, and then we were getting shared on all these big Billboard and all these different places for the playlist, and then for who's this indie band that's on Taylor Swift's Spotify playlist, this Canadian indie band.
So they're the only independent band on that whole thing, so that was kind of cool as well.
So do you guys, have you gotten to the bottom of how she discovered you yet? Or?
No, we're still waiting. We're still waiting to one day find out. We threw a few Hail Marys to try. She's tough to get a hold of, but as you would
I tried to text her.
I was calling her, Taylor, come on. I left her voicemails. No. But we tried to get kind of through to her team, but yeah, it was just, a tough wall. Yeah. But one day I do hope to meet her and say, hey, how did you find our tune? Because we just want to know.
Yeah, so what kind of came of that? Was it kind of just a big career moment and then all of a sudden, bam, you're on the map type thing?
Well, we ended up getting quite a lot of listens from it. Our Spotify listeners grew tremendously, and it was kind of just, I think, for us affirming of we have this dream of making music for the world and, taking this as far as we can. And so it was just kind of a cool pat on the back, I think, for us to be hey, one of the biggest pop stars in the world likes our tunes. Cool.
I remember there would be days where we'd be oh, it'd be cool if our plays on Spotify got to 1,000 or 2,000. Those would be nice numbers. And now they're in it's over million. I think it's somewhere in the millions now, so it's so it helped out a lot.
Yeah,
so we're pretty grateful
Taylor.
for that.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank
it
you.
was really sweet.
That's cool. Taylor's not the only celebrity that's shown you love, though. More recently, you guys had Richard Branson say something pretty awesome about your energy. Yeah,
it was pretty wild. We were in Bali, and we were writing a record, actually, that we're planning on recording in the next little while, kind of when we get home from this tour. Yeah, soon, because the Junos are actually being hosted in our hometown, Saskatoon, for 2020, which just finished up last weekend, and it looks like a really exciting time. So we're basically, to get our hat in that ring, we have to release a record before September. So we're the fire is on. But we wrote a lot of songs while we were in Bali, and when we were there, we ended up meeting Richard Branson, and had dinner with him, and we're hanging out. We had just wrote these songs, and all of a sudden we're playing these songs that hadn't played them to anyone else. And we're playing them to Richard Branson, a guy that's signed the Rolling Stones at one point, Janis Joplin, Phil Collins, one of the Godfather.
And he was kind of producing them at the same time. He's you're not going to go back to the whistle part? And we're we'll write that down.
Write that down. Whistle,
Going back to the whistle part.
Yeah, it was just so surreal. We're just playing these tunes, jumping around, and he's just I haven't seen this kind of energy since the Rolling Stones. And we were wow, can we quote you on that? He was yeah, of course. I just got this ridiculous photo because we were trying to play it cool and not wanting to take pictures or anything. And then at the end, he was well, we got to get some pictures, guys. And we were yeah, of course. And he's get over here. And he grabbed my hair and draped it over his head. And we're in together. I was I am framing this. This is
he has this old picture with Richard Branson at Virgin Galactic, right?
Yeah.
And so now he's got the one with the cardboard cutout, and now he's got the one with the real Richard Branson. So.
Yeah.
Wow, what a full circle.
It was a full circle moment.
I just gotta say though, rad, genuine person. I've never met someone someone. It's like having supper with your own like family.
Yeah,
like, and we're
coolest
complete
dude.
strangers, right? Yeah, it's just they're always doing cool stuff. All of the philanthropy and everything that they do is just amazing. So
yeah, one of the real unicorns of life. That's like you meet him and you have this like crazy expectation, and he just surpasses it. He's just like the nicest, most down to earth dude, and yet he's done so much change. He's putting rocket ships into space, getting commercial space travel to be like a thing. It's just like, whoa, dude, you're a wild guy. So that was really inspiring to meet him, because I think it was, again, one of those cool things of like, whoa, like we're doing something right. Like, let's keep going.
And to be compared to the Rolling Stones has to be pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, if you ever see Nathan on stage, he's got the moves like Jagger. You know, it's visible. You know, it's kind of like that free. Just move with the groove.
Move with the groove, exactly, yeah. And like for us, we've always just really enjoyed putting on a live show, and the Rolling Stones are one of my favorite bands in the world. And it's funny because we'll always get that someone after the show like, oh, it's like Mick Jagger or like something, and you know, you're like, oh, you're just saying that. But then when this guy says it's like, well, you know Mick Jagger, that's crazy. So
solidified.
Yeah, which was really cool. So. Yeah, it's been a really fun ride, and this tour has been amazing. We've been playing. We had a couple sold out shows already.
Everything's been packed, and I think tomorrow night will be the same. And
and if you're listening, you should come out because you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we guarantee it.
Fernando's, 8 p.m. Yeah,
Fernando's.
Your guarantee. I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So yeah, we've hyped up your energy level, and now you're telling me that there is like a trademarked guarantee that I will have a good time.
Yeah,
there is. A lot of people
signed documents.
Yes, a lot of people try to promise you a good time, but we actually guarantee it. And of the thousands, tens of thousands of people we've played shows for at this point, we've yet to have someone come and say that they didn't have a good time.
Yeah, never had to give a penny back.
Yeah.
We guarantee it.
We got a money back. Yeah, we got a money back guarantee.
Full cover back, and you get a free show.
Yeah,
really?
But
if you don't have a good time, and
even if you come and just lie to us and you just tell us that you didn't have a good time, we'll give it back to you. But I just don't think.
You don't think people do it?
They don't.
No, they just haven't done it yet, which is nice. I think
good
people are having a good time, and in this world of Netflix and not as much a lot of phone time and stuff, I think our show is just something where it's like you just get out, we make you feel good, we get you going, we hopefully leave you better than you were when you got there, and we dance together, we sing together, and it's just a good time, I think, and I think people are looking for that more than ever these days.
So what are some of the key things you guys do at a live show to make sure your guarantee holds true? Maybe you can each give me one.
I think one thing that I'd say that always helps get a crowd engaged is I think our show is really genuine. All of us have a good time, and when someone else is having a good time and kind of being weird and funky and just smiling, and you can tell like the band is having a good time, you're way more bound to follow suit. If the band's dancing, you're kind of, I gotta tap the foot too, I gotta move the leg.
Maybe I'll start moving.
That's what I would say is one of the big things.
I agree, and then I'd say second might be the power hum.
We've got a power hum.
We do a power hum, which is basically we bring everyone together nice and tight, and we get low, and then we start humming. And basically we start low, and then we start to rise up and get louder and louder and louder until you're basically at full, like, just yell, express everything you have, let it all out, and jump around like a maniac. And at the end of the day, you feel really good. It feels just good. That's just like if you're ever having a bad day, like a little solo power hum at home.
People talk about like screaming into a pillow. This is like the positive version of that.
It is.
You do feel good after screaming into a pillow. Always helps, but this is like let's get it going.
It's tribal. You're just like with the crew and everyone's doing it, and then at the end of it, you're just like you're fired up. It's kind of.
We spend about as much time on stage in the crowd as well ourselves.
Yeah, we're running through the crowd, and we're jumping in there and make sure that everyone's having a good time, and we're giving hugs and dancing, and just having a blast. I think that's the main thing, and then. I think at the end of the day, too, part of it is tough to describe. You kind of just got to be there to experience it yourself, Savannah, which I hope you're going to come out to the show.
Also, we've invented our own genre called moving and grooving, because people are always like, oh, what's your genre? And we're like, well, we make people dance. And, that's kind of funk, but we're not the four on the floor funk all the time. So we didn't want to label ourselves as a funk band. So
a bit of soul, there's a bit of rock and roll, but it's really, when we get down to it, we always just say, is this a Bombargo tune? it's moving and grooving. It's
Yeah.
moving and grooving.
I was gonna ask because I've been listening to your discography for the last couple days and just kind of seeing the transition from like your 2017 release to like your newest song, which we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
It sounds almost like a different band, but you can still tell that it's you guys.
Okay,
So-
sweet. Well, thank you.
Yeah, what are some of the things as of late, I guess, that have really influenced the evolution of Bombargo?
Well, I think we sat down and decided, like, what do we want to be as a band? We have this good time guarantee. We consider our songs moving and grooving. So we wanted our songs to kind of sound like a good time,
Yeah.
you know, you know, you can express any emotion, but I think a lot of it, like, I just want to have fun and play music at the end of the day.
Yeah, just be happy.
Just be happy, and you know, it's not all the time, right? You need in order to be the light, you need the dark sometimes too. But I think like we've been really fortunate to be able to write a lot of different styles of tunes, and all of them kind of feel genuine for us. And so I think now more than ever, we're really starting to find our sound. And both Spenny and I had never played in bands beforehand. This was kind of our first project, so. For us, it was a lot of learning about, you know, what kind of music we liked the most, what kind of music we like to play. And
Started with 3 instruments, and then now we're up to 8.
Yeah.
So it's busy, and it's like a lot more comes into the music now. So I think that's changed our
writing style,
soundscape as well.
Yeah.
I would say, because you start adding horns and things like that, and you get a lot more opportunities to express exactly what you want to do. So
As soon as I heard the horns, I was like, yes, this is what I wanted.
Yes,
And
thank
it
you.
totally fits with like the look and everything. It's its own thing, especially because you guys bring in like these old school influences, it seems, and then
Yeah.
it's just like power, fun, and
yeah,
modern.
we
thank
tossed
you.
in a few bonus covers of some oldies, you know,
Yeah.
everyone's our favorite old songs. That's
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Are you gonna play any tomorrow?
I think so. Yeah, you might have to show up to
Yes,
find
you have
out.
to show up. I just kind of want to touch, lastly, before we go, kind of how the tour has been, the Spring Fling tour, and why you guys are excited to be back here.
Oh man, we always love
The last
coming.
show here was sick.
The last show here was out of hand.
Yeah, we were hanging off the rafters.
We were hanging
upside
from the
down.
rafters, literally and
Sad.
figuratively, and it was just a wild night. And we always have a blast in Kelowna. Back in the day, I used to come here and snowboard here a lot, and we have a few family friends that have moved from Saskatchewan to Kelowna, so it's always good to come see them. And the fans have just like kind of been growing in Kelowna too, so the shows seem to just get
You got
wilder. and
avocado
wilder.
margaritas at Fernando's.
Yeah.
Avocado
They
margaritas.
didn't even pay me to say that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's no ad, no
I think
hashtag.
it's well known in the city that that's the place to go for.
Yes. Oh my gosh, those avocado.
So that's why
margaritas.
we're excited about.
Yeah, and the tour has been amazing. We've been like selling out shows, like Calgary and Edmonton and Nelson were all sold out. I think they were
packed.
like wild, and
Yeah, well, the bars were breaking records for drink sales. So, you know, if you're a venue looking to book a show,
yeah.
we make
We're,
money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're telling us.
That's awesome. Well, you guys heard it here. You're guaranteed to have a good time
Yes,
with these guys on
guaranteed.
Wednesday, 8 p.m. at
8
Fernando's.
p.m. at Fernando's.
Thanks so much for coming in, you guys. It was a blast.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
And
Thanks
thank
a
you for watching Kelowna Now.